Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Have a concession stand, food truck, or just your kitchen at home? Let Shaw Southeast Distributing fill your shelves with quality products. Located in Lawrenceburg, Shaw has what your business, fundraiser, or home needs to make your life easier. We even accept EBT cards. And did we mention we also deliver? We're family owned and operated. Call us today or visit us at 1603 Rimke Avenue in Lawrenceburg.
At Smith Tax and Business Service, we offer many services. Along with personal income tax prep, we also offer tax preparation for corporations and partnerships. If you're a small business and looking for some extra help, give us a shout and we'll get you fixed up. Call Mary Beth Smith, Marion Matthews, Brooklyn Bates, or Michelle Staggs to find out how we can help you. Located at 208 Pulaski Street, phone 931-244-6633.
Are you tired of missing out on family life just to be treated like another truck number? Since 1986, Southeast Cares has been a family-operated business based in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Being family-owned ourselves, we understand the importance of family, which is why we value it above all else. With our large number of dedicated lanes and our friendly staff, we are able to evenly divide your home time with the amount of time you spend on the road. We offer multiple benefits with large company pay, all while keeping a small company environment. For more information, visit our website at southeastcarriers.com or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
Southern Craft Manufacturing is dedicated to creating the finest quality and greatest value products in the death care industry. Southern Craft has perfected blending old world craftsmanship with modern manufacturing technologies to create a full line of steel, wood, and corrugated caskets. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, Southern Craft is now looking to hire local and regional truck drivers, welders, and production workers, each with great starting pay and a benefits package. For more information, visit southerncraftmfg.com.
If there ever was such a thing as a company that could do almost anything, well, Tenneke Properties is it. These guys know how to completely transform your existing home into something new, or just do it room by room. Need a new bathroom or kitchen? What about a fresh coat of paint? Even a new floor? Looking for dirt work? Tenneke has you covered. Oh, and you can even rent a dumpster from them too. That's Tenneke Properties. Visit Tenneke.com or phone 931-244-4602.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome here to X Sports, live here from our new studio, joined by the Lawrence County boys basketball team. Head coach Bryce Cliff. We got seniors Wes Brewer and Alex Bedford join us. Guys, thanks for coming here just a week away from the start of the year.
Thanks for having us. We're ready to get started.
Yeah. So, like I mentioned, Tuesday. First game coming up Tuesday, so less than a week away. Just what kind of things have been going on in practice, and how are those sessions been so far?
Well, we took this first week as, just really trying to get to know this team. When you lose as many minutes as we did, there's a lot of guys that have to step into new roles, and so we've really had to take a week to kind of learn how to play with each other again. Obviously, we got a little bit of that this summer, but when you take so much time off, it's like it's new again. So, I mean, just trying to learn how we're going to play this year and how we're going to play as a group is it's been sloppy at times, but then we've showed promise at times, so it'll get better as we go.
Wes?
Yeah, I just think it's all about just learning the group, learning who you're playing with, learning your role and what to do. That's really it.
Basically what Coach Cliff was saying, we lost some bodies last year, and we're just really learning, and that's why we got 2 scrimmages before we play, just to get chemistry with each other and know what each other are fixing to do and stuff like that.
You know, for you guys, you had like a 7-man rotation last year. I know Wes and Braden came off the bench. Now you only got about 4 guys coming back from that rotation. That means you got more guys that have to step up here moving forward.
And I said it made the Cats last night that's scary and exciting. It's exciting because you get to see guys that were role players become star focuses. You get to see guys that play JV become role players, and the trend that happens every year. But when you lose as many guys as we did, you're going to see so many new faces this year, so many guys that are going to have to contribute that haven't had to contribute before. And so it's scary not knowing, because there is a lot of unknown, who will fit, who won't. But it is exciting because you get to see guys grow up before your very eyes and see a lot of work that we've put in start to unfold for those individuals.
Wes?
Yeah, it's like kind of what Bryce said. It's just people you wouldn't really just expect like last year, and now they're probably going to have to fill a role this year, step up big. We had an injury yesterday at practice, a little one, kind of scary, but other than that, I mean, it's been good.
I'm supposed to give that away.
It's little,
not too much.
small injury.
Alex?
Yeah, just what they said, and people are going to have to step up and be ready to play this year, because we're going to have to go a little bit more deeper based off our play style. And, yeah, we did have a little injury, but it is all right. He'll be fine.
We have a lot of guys that are very similar, and you may see some games that we play 13 or 14 guys. You may see some games that we play 6 or 7. So early in the year, it's going to be a lot of figuring out who fits with what lineups, and that's kind of what I told the guys today, is that we're going to focus in the scrimmages on seeing who plays well with who, what lineups work, and maybe what lineups aren't going to work. And so we're going to play a lot of guys early, and we'll see who earns those roles moving forward.
You know, Alex, now stepping into this leadership role, you've had ever since you've been here, you've had big classes of seniors that have graduated. What have you learned from them, and what are you going to bring to the table this year?
Just how to lead a team and work together as a whole, and just try to feed off each other's energy and try to get going with these younger guys, because we got a young group, and that's pretty much it.
Wes, I know you're a part of the rotation. Did get a lot of playing time and an increase throughout the year. Now you're into this leadership role. How's that changed for you?
It's good. I'm enjoying it. I think I learned a lot last year from the older guys. They were just so good with like being cool with everybody, and just, you know, not just having like a small friend group with the team, and just being friends with basically the whole team. So yeah, it's it.
You guys make it to that sub-state game a year ago. Bar's been set now. The expectations have certainly been set. How do you guys now handle that moving into a new season with a new group of guys?
Well, like I said, a few of those guys get to come back that played in that game last year. Very few, but a few. But just those guys getting to – I mean, we were so talented last year and won so many games that, yeah, it was a big sub-state game, but just throughout the entire season, just our younger guys getting to see how this group carried themselves and how what the expectations are every day in practice, every day at school, just what it takes to be a winning program. And we saw that sub-state is a real thing. It is possible. We hadn't been there in a long time, and so we saw that it was a possible thing to get to. And so, I mean, that should be your goal. I mean, it should be to do things that Lawrence County hasn't ever done. And so we kind of did that last year, but left a bad taste in our mouth. So hopefully we can get back there.
Wes?
Yeah, I think it did definitely leave a bad taste, but it was one of the most crazy. It was probably the craziest game I've played in. Just like the environment, it was just. I feel like everybody from Red Bank was there. It was just a wild game, and it makes me want to go back.
Everyone from Lawrence County was there, from what I remember. Alex?
Yeah, it's just based off that game. It was just crazy, and we did come out on the bad end, but we got some guys in there that got some experience of like what a high standard game is. So I think that'll help us going forward this year.
You mentioned a lot of the young guys, and you're going to have to play a lot of them. But also for you two, you have to now lead them in that right direction. What's it been like in practice, some off-season workouts, working with these young guys who are now going to be filling these voids?
Yeah, I really like working with the younger guys, especially some of the sophomores and juniors we have right now. It's just they're fun to work with and they're fun to be around.
Yeah, basically what Wes said. They're ready to come there, work just as hard as we are, from shooting in the mornings to staying after a little bit, and Coach Cliff having to run us off the court. And, yeah, we worked really hard this offseason from August to October.
For Bryce, I know you've seen these guys come up from the Kaufman level and some of the local middle schools. Got a really talented bunch that's coming up, and I know it's going. You got your core, but I know it's going to be a struggle at times. Like, who do I put out there? I've got so many options.
And just having so many. I mean, we have a total of like 33 guys on the team, which is more than some football teams. But it's competition, and competition drives you every single day. I have 13 freshmen who are one of the most talented freshman groups I've ever had as an assistant or a head coach, and they're so talented that they're pushing the sophomores, and we got sophomores that are pushing our juniors. And so it's nice to have young, talented kids that older guys realize I got to show up every day or somebody's going to take my spot. And so I knew going in this year that I had a lot of talented kids coming up. Kaufman really did well last season. New Prospect had an undefeated season. And those kids are going to live up to what we thought they were going to be. They're very talented. And it just pushes the train forward. I mean, because, like I said, those older guys, and I talked about it all summer. I said, we got a young group that can ball, and you got to earn it every day, or somebody younger is going to come in and take it from you.
So we could barely fit that team in that picture that you all took this afternoon. Speaking of, he finally made it official. He is going to the University of Tennessee for baseball. Alex, how excited are you knowing what your future is going to be coming up?
It's really exciting, especially coming from a Tennessee kid, always wanting to go there. Didn't know for sure what sport when I was a kid, but as I got older, I realized that baseball was my sport, and it's finally like a relief that I'm stuck there. Like, I want to be there.
Bryce, when I talked with you last week, I know when when he committed and the big news came out, you were like, am I going to get this guy? Or no?
Well, that's what people immediately started asking me, is Alex still going to play baseball? And I was like, he better. I'm going to go to his house and fight him. Alex is a tremendous baseball player, but he's a dang good basketball player. And I knew there was no chance. I mean, he's one of the most competitive kids I've ever been around. I knew there was no chance that he wasn't going to come out there and play on the hardwood this year.
At least you're open, so.
Yeah.
Well, you got your district, tough district again. You got some. Marshall County is always going to be talented. Tullahoma, you guys beat them 4 times, and all 4 times it got closer and closer down to the wire there. They got most of that team coming back. Right. Franklin County's talented. And then you have what Giles County, Murfreesboro Central can bring. You've won the district back-to-back years, and now the target has just gotten bigger.
Right, and this season – we know what Tullahoma and Marshall has. They returned everybody. Tullahoma lost a post player, but Marshall returned everybody. So those are the 2 top dogs just because they know what they got. I mean, everybody, they're proven. And so, but everybody else, I mean, Giles County has one of the best players in the league that's going to be a sophomore this year. And then, I mean, just every JV game we played in the district's competitive. Every varsity game we play is competitive. There's no off nights. I remember when I played in high school, I mean, there was some not very good district teams, and you could chalk up a win. And there ain't none of those in our schedule. And, our entire schedule, leading up to Christmas, I mean, thanks, Coach Scott. I mean, our schedule's brutal. But, when that district starts, it don't matter if you go undefeated before Christmas. When that district starts, you're 0-0. So it's great for us. I think we started the season with Riverdale and Rockville, 2 4A schools. And so we'll be tested. And so we'll learn a lot about ourselves early, and that's kind of why I said that we'll see so many guys play. We'll see so many lineups. just to figure out who we are. And sometimes playing good teams before district and during district will really bring out who you are. So,
Wes.
Yeah, I think it's kind of what he said. You can't have a game where it's a walkthrough, you know. Every game you have to be ready. You have to think you're going to win and not just go in there just knowing you're going to win and not try really. But I think it'll be fun. I think the district is really good this year, really competitive. Like Bryce said, Marshall County, they really lost nobody, and they were a very good team last year. So, yeah, we'll have to play good.
Yeah, based off what they said, we're going to have to come ready to play every night in district. That's why we got 15 or so games before district to get ready, tested. I'm glad it's not like football. You play 2 games and you're straight in the region. So I'm glad we get a few games under our belt and see what we really are before we get into real play.
So it's Coach Scott that made this schedule as tough as what it was?
Well, you know, as a young coach, you you have a little say, but she did most of the scheduling. I mean, that's new to me as a head coach. Yeah. So no, I was just kidding about that.
but you do want the challenge going into that.
Yeah,
that district
I mean,
play.
you definitely. There is a fine line between a cakewalk and not having any tests whatsoever. But I think all of our games are tough, but they're all games that I feel like we could be competitive in. Yeah. And so, I mean, you'll be put in situations early that your back will be against the wall, and that'll test them. It'll test my decisions with them, and it'll form decisions moving forward. And so it'll be good for us. I'm glad we're doing it.
You guys as well excited, to get these early tests to get you ready for the early part of the district?
Yes. I am. We got Riverdale first.
Riverdale, Rockville.
Riverdale and Rockville. We played Rockville this summer. We got to see them. They're very athletic, very tall. And, yeah, I'm glad we get good competition. There's no point in going out there and playing small schools, not getting any better before district.
Yeah, what they said, we play 4A schools right off the bat, 2 games. And I like that, to be honest, because we're not going to get any good out of playing bad teams and stuff like that. And I'm glad we're playing them and some tougher teams down the road right before district.
There's 1 week specifically that we play Columbia, Muscle Shoals, and Loretta. 3 games in a 5-day span. And so that is another time that you will see us playing a lot of guys, because we'll have to play a lot of guys to survive that week, because those are 3 great teams.
Yeah, all very talented, not going to be easy. Now, as you guys were talking before we came on air here about ice baths. Alex was a fan of it. Wes is not. Who handles them the best? Who handles them the worst?
Well, apparently we've just been working hard in practice, because this is the first time we've really started doing them, so I must be just working them too hard. There was a group of them today. We had some before practice and some after practice. So we have a scrimmage tomorrow and Friday, so they're probably just preparing for that. But them ice baths, they change it from a boy to a man.
Braden Fields will be neck deep in an ice bath, and I could not do that.
That's the way I was when I played high school football. I would just go into that ice bath and go right up to my chin. And if we had video phones like we did back then, I would have just put one up on Netflix and would have watched the show sitting in that thing for an hour.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. They leave me too cold. I'm not a fan of being cold. I don't like it.
Wes won't ever do it again.
No, I won't.
One and done.
He's going to be an icy hot guy stinking up that locker room. Alex said he liked it, though.
Yeah, I do.
If he's going to play D1 baseball, he better do
At first, I mean, once you stand in there, you're like, there's no way I'm doing this. Yeah. And then once you get in there and sit down for a little bit, it feels like it, to be honest, feels like it's warm a little bit. But once you start moving around in there, it's fine. Yeah, I like it. We stayed in there me and Colton Tucker stayed in there for 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Some of these places you're going to go in the SEC, you're going to be lucky if their showers have hot water, especially places like Alabama. Hopefully I said that loud. You should have seen Alex and Dusty going back and forth between, Bama fan, Tennessee, future Tennessee ball. It was a lot of fun. Well, final question for you guys. Some expectations coming into this year, but, obviously you set them for yourselves. You have high expectations anyways, but, after going into district play, where do you want to see this team as far as a whole goes, and what do you want to see them accomplish going into the most important time of the year?
Well, by the time we get to district, I'm really hoping that we have some guys. Like I said, we have so many guys that are so similar that I hope I have some guys step up and kind of separate themselves from the pack. We kind of know who, like our our older guys, our seniors, will see the majority of the playing time early, and then but there are minutes to be had from some of them younger guys, and so I like to see some of them older guys earn it and keep it, and then but you also want to see some younger guys be competitive and try to compete for one of those roles. But I mean, when it gets to district play, I mean, we talked about how hard our schedule is. I just want us to be in the mindset that we're 0-0 and ready to compete every single night. And we know that we lost a lot and that it's going to be a dogfight every night. So I told them today that we're not worried about winning pretty. We'll make it ugly if we got to, but our goal is just to be win, no matter what it takes. And so when we get to district and we're 0-0, I just want us to be confident and have that mindset.
Right, yeah, I think kind of what Brad said, have a younger guy, have a set role, find their role and find what they're supposed to do. And I feel like last year when we got to the district tournament, we were just real in flow as a team. Our team was just good. The 7 that played, we moved the ball well. We just did a lot of things well. And I would like to see just good flow again and just have 8 guys, 10 guys that can move well and do good together.
Yeah, like I said earlier, these games early on and scrimmages that we got Thursday and Friday to figure out who we are, since we lost a lot of people, we're for sure going to have some young guys step up. And by the time district gets here, I hope we have a set role. No matter how many people we're playing, I just hope everybody we get to that point and everybody has the same role every game. We're not still trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we're looking forward to the start of the season. Tuesday, they're at home against Riverdale, right? Riverdale at the Ralph. Tuesday night, girls at 6, the boys somewhere around 7:30. Then their first road game will be at Rockville there on Thursday. So, guys, thanks for coming by, and wish you luck here for the start of the year.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up next, Dusty and Hayden and I will talk everything going down in local sports. That's next here on X Sports Live.
Patient care at its finest is found at Tennessee Valley Family Care. From primary to infant care, physicals, women's health, allergies, diabetes management, plus on-site labs and ultrasounds. Let practitioners Liz Phillips, Kathy Cohen, and Stephanie Tucker care for your health and your entire family's health. Let Tennessee Valley Family Care help you reach your health care goals.
For the best at-home care in Lawrence County, the Summit at Home is the right company for you. We have a friendly staff over 25 that is trained, educated, and qualified to help with all your needs within your household. Our non-medical services include transportation, housework, dressing, and companionship. We are also covered by most long-term care providers. For more information, please call 931-762-2310.
Efficiency, reliability, accuracy. Move forward with your real estate sale or purchase with Title and Escrow of Lawrence County, the most experienced closing team around. Working with clients locally and throughout the state, we offer a wide range of services, including the expertise of an on-staff attorney, backed by our more than 49 years experience in titles and closings. We get the job done on time at a fair price and ensure every last detail is correct. Our goal is to give you peace of mind. When you work with us, you work with people who live where you do. We understand the importance of the real estate community and strive to build strong relationships with all parties involved in the process. Whether you're buying a home, selling a business, acquiring land, or anything in between, you're in good hands with Title and Escrow of Lawrence County.
Put the most experienced closing team on your side. Contact Title and Escrow of Lawrence County today.
For high school athletes, every game counts. You push your limits and you chase your dreams. But when injury strikes, you need more than just recovery. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedics, we're here to get you back in the game faster and stronger. From cutting-edge treatments to personalized and compassionate care, we're here for your every move. Our specialized team of experts encompass decades of experience in sports-related injuries. Dr. Paul Thomas, Melanie Durham, and Julie Marcus offer the most comprehensive care from diagnosis to recovery. With advanced treatments and tailored rehabilitation plans, we'll help you heal stronger and faster. Trust Southern Tennessee Orthopedics to keep you at your best because your future is worth it.
Truett's Garage Doors in Leoma, Tennessee is a certified AMAR dealer. Truett's has been the region's go-to source for all things garage doors, including new installations, repairs, and maintenance for over 20 years. Backed by the gold standard of AMAR with top quality design and sustainability, Truett's reputation of top customer service, experience, and expertise is known far and wide. So when you're looking for a new garage or commercial door, need one fixed or maintained, you're in luck with Truett's and AMAR. Phone today, 931-201-6464.
Volco Auto Supply in Lawrenceburg has a legacy of being a family-owned and operated company. Since 1927, our business has grown and evolved into today's one-stop source for all your automotive supplies. But in that time, one thing has stayed the same, and that's our commitment to our customers and their needs. At Volco Auto Supply, you'll find everything for your car, truck, or even fleet of vehicles, but with good old-fashioned customer service the way it needs to be. That's Volco Auto Supply, 416 Buffalo Road in Lawrenceburg. Visit VolcoAuto.com.
Arts, crafts, stationery, journals, books, educational toys, wrapping paper, devotionals, greeting cards, and much more can all be found at Paper and Thread in downtown Lawrenceburg. Shop local to find the perfect gift or have a custom gift basket made for just the right occasion. Paper and Thread has a party room now available for birthdays, classes, and so much more. We could go on and on about all the neat things you'll find at Paper and Thread, but you just need to hop in your car and head down there. 106 North Military Avenue in Lawrenceburg is where you'll find them and discover what makes Paper and Thread awesome. That's Paper and Thread in downtown Lawrenceburg, 106 North Military Avenue, just north of the square.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle Hammock, General Manager here at Heritage Automotive, your Chevy GMC dealer in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. I'm from Marshall County, Tennessee, where I went to Cornersville High School. I attended Cumberland University. After Cumberland, I went into the United States Marine Corps to serve the country. After that, I went right back into the car business. I'm very familiar with the car business. I have been around the car business pretty much my entire life. And my commitment to you is to ensure the most competitive new and used vehicle pricing on the market, as well as the best service around. Well, we'll treat you like family here at Heritage Automotive in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Mac Brown has been providing photographic services for 55 years. During that time, Mac Brown photographers have photographed children, seniors, weddings, schools, musicians, and commercial businesses. The studio takes great pride in producing quality photographs and services for its many clients. While the studio has adapted as times have changed, their goal of providing excellent photography has remained constant. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit their website at macbrownphoto.com or give them a call at 931-762-4263. Let the professionals at Mac Brown Photography turn your memories into treasures.
Hi there everyone, this is Ann Marr with Coldwell Banker Southern Realty. I want to say a great big thank you, Lawrence County, for voting me as your favorite realtor. What a huge honor this is to be voted this by my many clients, my friends, my peers, the people I love. I greatly appreciate all of you so much. I have loved working with many of you, some of you several times, and I look forward to meeting and working with many more of you in the future. I promise to give you 110% of my time, attention, and expertise to make your sale or purchase happen. Just give me a call at 931-242-2643 and let's talk.
If you're looking for the right someone to mow your property, do landscaping, dirt work, land clearing, fence row clearing, bush hogging, or gutter clearing, call Shake Me Up Lawn Care today, 931-244-0841.
Hey Lawrenceburg, looking for something new? Come to Happy G's, located at 210 East Gaines Street. We have pitching machines, batting cages, and even indoor golf. Powered by TrackMan, our system is perfect for practice or play. With over 300 courses as well as multiple mini games, it is perfect for all ages and abilities. We even offer packages for group events such as birthday parties and business lunches. So let's go! Come get your game on indoors at Happy G's.
Did you know Lawrenceburg has its very own seasonal headquarters? Briarwood Cottage has what your home needs to show off this holiday season. From Christmas decor to designer purses to children's clothing and accessories. Located at 100 Jill Drive in Lawrenceburg, you'll find a little bit of everything at the cottage, curated by owner Janie Tipper herself. As soon as you walk in the door, you'll be greeted with a warm smile and true Southern hospitality. Let Briarwood Cottage take your holiday decor to the next level.
Morris Farmers Market, located on Highway 43 South, is the official headquarters of fall and everything tasty. Head on over for locally grown produce, honey, baked goods, cheese, canned goods, decorations, and so much more. You won't find friendlier folks than the Morris family, who make the farm-to-table experience the best in the Tennessee Valley. Make the short drive to Morris Farmers Market, located at 2580 Highway 43 South in Leoma, Tennessee, just across the street from Preston's Restaurant. Phone 931-852-3276. That's Morris Farmers Market.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back here to X Sports Live. I was burping while we were off air. Dusty was wanting Hayden to punch it up really quickly while that was going down.
That's amazing.
That's what the sun droop does. But, all right, I forgot. I was thinking about this on the way in. Does somebody owe somebody sun drops? We had a bet a couple weeks ago.
Was it the finals?
Which one was it?
I think we just done it the other night.
Yeah, it was some game.
It
was
our last game over in Franklin County, and we were talking about the Tennessee. Is it Tennessee or Alabama football?
Yeah. No, we said Bama would beat LSU.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you owe us. I remember that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, we've got more faith in your guys than you do.
Come on, man.
We got a sucky coach.
Okay.
What's his name?
Hard Nips.
Oh.
Okay. We'll get into college football later. For now, we're talking some local football. And unfortunately, guys, for the bulk of our area, high school football season's come to an end. We'll start off first. Tough loss the other night for Summertown. Had a really good Jackson Central Mary team come in, and Summertown fought them to the end. Certainly had a chance there to win, but came up just a bit short.
Yeah, I watched the whole game through X Sports Network. Listen, when they actually come out live, and I'm watching, I'm like, these are grown men.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Number 10. The first play we got to see him, he's on the offensive line. He slips out to play tight end. Man, this dude's 6'4", 300 pounds, and wow.
Yeah.
But hats off to Summertown. Battling injury, Quint, couldn't even walk. Yeah. Caden McCrory took that bad shot. Even Stoll, he was down and back. But listen, what they done last Friday night, this past Friday night was remarkable. They stayed in that football game. You know, I talked to a couple people prior to the game. They're talking about nobody around here is going to have a chance to listen. Summertown was in that game.
Right.
They just right there at the end just kind of just run out. You know, and that happens.
Yeah. When you're playing some of the games they play and the style in which they play, sometimes you can just run out of gas.
You can just run out of gas. But listen, those guys at Summertown need to hold their head up. Great job, Coach Winfrey and Buzz and Walt, for what they done, and I think Sherratt's the other guy that helps coach them. Great job in that program this year, and I'm kind of anxious to see where it goes.
They're not losing a lot.
Lost, 4 guys?
Yeah.
I think they can be there again.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard. And listen, we talk about him a lot just because of what he was for the program. We talk about Quint. He's hard to replace.
Yeah.
Just calling a spade a spade.
Yeah, your middle linebacker and your fullback.
Your fullback, yes. But I have no doubt that McCrory's going to step in, and he played a huge role in that run game anyways.
Right.
He was part of the two-headed monster.
Yeah.
I have no doubt that Winfrey will have somebody else to fill that one. Max Dillard, he's going to go right into Stoll's position.
For a touchdown the other night.
Listen, threw a dime.
He did.
And, look at it. You got Max who's playing – he's playing on defense. He's playing linebacker on the other side. When he ended up having, 5 picks for the season?
I think
something
so,
like that.
Yeah.
So he's a sophomore. So you got some junior leadership.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have a good core of senior that are going to be seniors next year for leadership as well. Yeah. So I think the bar's high for Summertown.
Yeah, and I also want to announce Peyton Nehas is our Florida Realty Player of the Week for his 2 touchdown performance there with some big plays, and future is certainly bright for that group of guys. And hey, they're going to be redrawing those regions again. We're actually supposed to find out, I think, by the end
tomorrow.
of the week.
I think so. Yeah.
So we'll have some announcements for that as well. Over at Loretto, Hayden, you were there for that game, and I'm telling you what, up until halftime, that was looking like Loretto's trading punch for punch against that bunch from home.
And that's what it was. It was a long drive, and I talked to a few of the coaches before the game, asking, what their mindset was for the game, how they feel coming. And they felt pretty locked in. It looked like they were very locked in that first half. And
big plays,
big play. Corbin Reynolds had 3 touchdowns for Loretto in the first half. So shout out to him, Mason Tidwell, all those guys. But Sam and I were talking about during the break and halftime. It just kind of ran out was whoever's going to get the ball in the first and the second half, and Huntington, because they were down 2 touchdowns going into the half. Huntington scored on that drive, and Loretto was just trying to play catch up the rest of the game. But that first half, it was punch for punch, and Loretto was going down the field scoring, Huntington was going down the field scoring. So just overall proud of those guys. I know it wasn't the 10-0 season that they wanted to go back to back and try to get another region championship, but hey, they got another good group coming up as well. Reynolds is coming back, Tidwell's coming back, so they got some guys coming back next year.
We're going to have more great battles with them in Summertown and with Lawrence County coming up this next year as well. And again, they're going to get a new region. We don't know all the teams are going to be in it just yet.
I know Waverly's going up to 3A. I think it's East Hickman, Lewis, Mount Pleasant, Loretta, and Summertown for sure. Yeah. I know we're staying in that region, so other than that, I'm not exactly sure.
That might be just the region.
Yeah, that might be just the region with those 5,
non-region games. And we do have one team still alive, guys. Richland will be hosting McEwen here coming up on Friday night. If they win, they will go to the 3rd round for the first time since 1989, which is their state runner-up team. And they took care of business 37-0 against West Carroll there on Friday night.
Listen, we've been talking about them all year. I don't think they were getting the credit that they deserved. Me and Clint was over there for the Summertown game, and hey, listen, that was a great one. It showed that Richland, they don't lay down. They keep fighting. I think Patterson coaches them well. I think they're coached very well. Hey, listen, you get that first win in the playoffs behind you,
And you dominate the way
you
that you
dominate
do.
the way you do. I mean, it makes the second round confident wise a little easier.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like they won't go in overconfident because the competition is just going to get tougher.
It's tougher.
It's tougher each week, but you know, props to Richland. See what they can do.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun again. That game, 7:00 Friday night over at Richland. If you don't have anything to do, we've got some suggestions. We got busy Friday night on the sports scene. That would certainly be a place to go if you want to go watch some high school football. Weather should be good for what we know. Our Majesty in Studio A over here in Ben Luna.
Yeah, that'll be a talk for a different part of the segment tonight. We'll leave it at that.
Well, other high school football news. Legacy. What am I trying to say? An era has come to an end over at Lawrence County. David Marston has decided to retire after 22 years on the helm. Won 100 games for the Wildcats, a region title in 2014, some 6 playoff appearances, and man, guys, 22 years at one job left a lasting impact, and certainly leaving the program better than how we found it.
Yeah, you know, I've been a part of that, you know, for a lot of years. Props to Coach Marston, what he meant to Lawrence County High School, what he meant to that football program. I didn't play for him. I didn't play football in high school, but there's a lot of young men that I've seen comment. I've talked to several, you know, through the past week or so, but I've also seen a lot of comments on social media about what he meant to them, not just in football.
Yeah.
So that goes to show you that Marston's a great guy. You know, his coaching will be remembered, but himself will be remembered as a great person and a leader for that football program and that school. And you know, but moving forward, they got to go ahead and get something started now. You know what direction they're going to go. We don't need to wait. You know, we need, you know, whether it be an inside hire, an outside hire, however you go about it, we got to get somebody in there. We got to get some kind of something established. You know, if it's somebody on the outside, so you know you're going to have some new. Didn't lose a whole lot of seniors, so
not a lot.
You got a locker room that you've got to start molding. You know,
you're bringing a lot of your skill guys back too.
Yes, and that's something that's got to be done now. I feel like you can't wait a month or two down the road. We can't get past Christmas and then all of a sudden, oh, hey, you know what? I think we need to hire a coach. You know, that process needs to be a pretty speedy process. We won't go into names.
Yeah.
We've all heard names. And
that's for everyone to speculate about, but
absolutely,
only the important people need to be dealing with
it. And for people listening, I mean, you I'll speak for all of us, and they can speak for themselves if they want to. You gotta trust admin. You know, they're gonna interview.
Yeah.
You have to trust them. I don't care if it's football, baseball, basketball, it doesn't matter. And Lawrence County High School and the people in the county who support the Wildcats got to be supportive. You know, you're gonna take this new hire, and we're gonna have to run with it. And hope that they get their feet running and they get their feet wet early, and let's try to have a successful first season. You know,
absolutely. You know, kind of backing up what you were saying, Dusty, about the impact Coach Marston left. You know, when I was in high school not too long ago, you know, before I was helping with exports and working with exports, when I was in town from college, I go to the football games and I'd see players that played for Coach. I'd never played football, but I saw players that played for Coach Marston, and they were at every football game at Lawrence County, and that just shows not only was he a great coach, but as a person and as somebody who you can talk to and go to about a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And that's one thing he'll be remembered for. But also, you know, going into, like you said, it's going to have to be quick. You know, it's going to have to be a quick look, insider, outsider, just overall. But you know, basically everything you just said, Dusty. We got to trust the process of, you know, put our trust in and support into our administration and the high school to find the next guy to take this program to another step in what David Marston has left the program with.
Because, like you said, AJ, the cupboard ain't bare.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Talent's there.
Talent's there.
Your quarterbacks,
your receivers,
your
running
leading running backs coming back.
Yeah. Got a pretty good defense coming back. So that's why I say, the urgency and to go ahead and get the process. And I'm sure the process has started.
Right.
But to go ahead and let's get this position filled, and that way we can move forward, and these guys can start moving forward in the new process, because it's going to be a new process.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously not going to be a last second thing like Summertown had to deal with. A couple years ago. Obviously, that's not going to happen here, and Summertown was put in a bad position with that.
Oh,
anyway,
terrible.
That wasn't anyone's fault.
No.
It's one person's fault, and he's still coaching, but that's another thing.
Yeah.
Another topic for another day, and the guy that would really go off about that isn't here tonight.
Yep.
He's, gender reassignment surgery? Is that what Clint's going through?
It's something. We'll just leave it at that.
We're messing. He's in a meeting. We're just giving him some hard time. We should totally live stream, even though it probably wouldn't be good. The Tennessee Georgia watch of all of us together, just to watch you two go at it.
I could only be hopeful.
Well, guys, we just had the boys basketball team from Lawrence County on here, and we are playing games. Our first one's Monday. The Loretto girls trying to get back to Murfreesboro after losing the state championship game, 2A state championship game a year ago. They start off against Priceville, Alabama on Monday. Then they're back at action in the Smith County.
The next day
on the school night. Lawrence County's first games are on Tuesday against Riverdale, at Rockville on Thursday, and I believe Summertown's first games are Saturday.
I believe Wayne County, the Hall of Fame games.
The Hall of Fame games, and then Loretto boys will start next week.
Yep. In Shelbyville. I know they're playing, Friday and Saturday.
The girls, I believe, are in Priceville, and then the Lawrence County boys and girls are in Winfield, Alabama.
Yep.
So, Shelbyville doesn't look so bad now since I'm going to
Winfield. That's a rough drive, but I mean, overall, from all 6 of our teams, there's a lot of questions, but also there's a lot of promise and talent within those 6 teams as well. Loretta, obviously, they've got a really good team on both sides. The girls, they're like what Clint said, they're not looking to get back to that position. They're looking to win it all.
Get there, I think both teams of Loretto are certainly thinking
of getting there,
of getting that to that place this year.
Absolutely. And Summertown wise, both sides, bunch of questions. Summertown girls lost a lot. Abby Jo Schaefer coming back. Big step there. The boys, Kirk Burleson, he's going to be a big key for that team. The twins, they're going to be real good for Summertown as well. And
7 feet tall.
I'm about to say they have grown from what I've seen. But
back. He's healthy.
He's almost 100%.
Almost 100%.
He's working back to it, and again, that Summertown team only lost one guy from last year, I believe. They're bringing back the bulk of this team.
Yeah, they're running it back.
Yep.
They're running it back. Again, like you said, the girls will have Abby Jo back. You're going to miss some with Rue and with Olivia Riggs, but they've had really good middle school programs. They've had a lot of youngsters in that rotation. They'll have a chance to be good, and we're going to have a youth movement over here at the Ralph. A lot of youngsters going to see a lot of playing time for both Lawrence County teams.
Absolutely. I've been saying it for a few months. Coach Scott and Coach Cliff. I mean, they got 2 great coaches. They both run great programs. Wendy's got some young talent, and it's really, really good. Same for Bryce. Bryce may be a little heavier on the senior side, but I can see the Wildcats having a good season, both of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's about it. You look at things for Summertown Loretto. They've only got 5 teams, counting them in their district. Lawrence County's district is going to be tough, but I think things are going to be. All of them are playing some pretty tough schedules.
They are.
Yeah, I looked at ours today, and I was like, man,
4A schools, big schools out of Alabama.
Loretta's playing Stone Memorial, and I was shocked to see that one on the.
Bryce mentioned they're going to play Loretto, Muscle Shoals,
and Columbia,
all in 1 week.
I seen that on the schedule.
Yeah, they play Columbia twice. I believe they play Lincoln County twice. And even though in the past few years Lincoln County hadn't been the greatest for boys and girls, they're phenomenal on the girls' side.
The girls are coming off their first ever state tournament appearance.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they, I believe they won a game too. Once
Yeah,
they got
I
the
think so,
Murfreesboro.
yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but and the bulk of those girls are coming back.
Coming back, yeah.
And they've always played wars over here with Lawrence County. It's always,
It's
always
been
look
fun to
forward
watch.
those
Yeah.
Look forward to those games. Well, guys, again, that's starting here on Monday. I know the middle school's been in full swing, but we got some huge college football games. We got potential for chaos in just about every league that it seems like. So we're gonna be talking some college football when we return.
The Raptor Series from Hustler Turf. A premium line of residential mowers designed with a wide stance for operator comfort. A one-piece 11-gauge steel frame and welded steel deck for added durability. Finished off with premium Kawasaki V-twin power. We are Hustler Turf, and this is Hustler Country.
At Florida Mid-South Realty, we pride ourselves on our family values, professional service, and a deep local knowledge. With a small town feel and a personal touch, we're here to help you navigate the real estate process with ease. Whether buying, selling, or renting, you can trust us to guide you every step of the way. And don't forget to catch Florida Rockstars, our live podcast every Tuesday morning at 8. Florida Rockstars, rocking the real estate news and all things local. Florida Mid-South Realty, your hometown real estate experts.
Since 1955, Evers Construction has been the company folks have trusted for residential and commercial construction projects. Today, Evers is still the leader in building and is just as committed to maintaining. From residential to commercial and industrial, Evers' team of experts stands ready to install, service, and repair all your HVAC and plumbing needs. Specializing in leak repair, maintenance, air duct cleaning and repair, air handler service, drain cleaning, gas line work, emergency unit repair, inspections, and more. Evers Construction offers a preventative maintenance package to keep your home or business cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Trained, trusted, reliable. For more information or to schedule an appointment with the pros who know, phone 931-762-3593 or visit eversconstructionco.com. Evers Construction Company in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. A&M Medical is Lawrence County's newest medical clinic, specializing in urgent and primary care. Practitioners Andrea Bain and Meredith Hutton bring years of experience and compassion to keep you and your family healthy. A&M Medical features a separate well waiting room to meet your needs. Visit today and ask about A&M's weight loss program and telemedicine services. That's A&M Medical, located at 2367 Highway 43 South in Leoma, Tennessee.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we provided outstanding residential and commercial services through southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air, when you need us, we'll be there.
Financial advisor Scott Beasley knows time spent with family is everything. As a founder of Beasley Wealth Management, his mission is to give clients the freedom to enjoy time with family without the burden of financial concerns. A local of Lawrenceburg, Scott deeply values building relationships with clients, ensuring they make informed decisions concerning asset management, tax planning, and retirement planning. Offering a free initial consultation, Beasley Wealth Management helps clients pursue their aspirations with confidence.
Since opening our doors in 1904, Builtwell Bank has existed to be the local economic engine for the communities we serve. No matter if you're buying a car, saving for retirement, or finally buying that forever home, Builtwell Bank is here to help. From personal checking and savings accounts to a full suite of business and commercial banking with treasury management services, we'll make sure you'll have a dedicated Builtwell banker that understands your unique needs and stands by you every step of the way. No matter where you are in Tennessee or Northwest Georgia, there's likely a Builtwell Bank location nearby. Come see us and let our dedicated financial team help you with all of your banking needs. Member FDIC.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
Do you have a small farm, a big farm, or just critters in the backyard to feed? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you need to make the short drive down to A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee today. Owner and operator Jamie Ayers has you covered and will treat you right. That's A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back here to X Sports Live from our new studio. Time to talk some college football, guys. And I've been reading a lot the last couple days about playoff scenarios. Obviously, we've seen the first few polls. People are getting upset. I don't know why, because it doesn't matter until you get to the final one there in December. But there is some potential for chaos, not in just about every league. Right now, there's potential, but I think the SEC could have a potential for an 8-way tie for first place. If that does happen, the Tide and the Tigers of LSU are going to play again for the SEC championship, which just, when you look at the caliber of teams, Alabama, I don't have a problem being in there. LSU, I have every problem being in that spot again.
I don't even know how to respond to some of this. I mean, it's almost like nonsense, really.
I know. I mean, it blows your mind.
Like, we went from
just all the scenarios.
Well, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about, let's just talk about the SEC championship game. For the past however many years, and I feel like this was stupid on college football to get rid of East and a West.
The divisions, yeah.
The divisions for this reason.
Yeah.
Is it about an SEC championship? Absolutely not. You trying to make the top 12.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if you win the SEC championship, you're in.
You get that bye, and you get to host the second round.
You're going to get to host and this and that. But, like, at the end of the day, you're trying to just get in that 12 and a chance to play for the national championship. But there's, like, that takes away, I feel like, this is my opinion, I feel like we're taking away good wins that your team has for some kind of stupid win percentage bracket that they're putting together. I mean, we all know I hate Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh my God, guys, if they went out, Tennessee, I mean, to say they lose another game, they should still play for the SEC championship game, because if they lose to Georgia this weekend and they went out and they beat Vanderbilt, so they beat us heads up, and they beat the team that beat us again.
Yeah.
how can they not play for an SEC championship? Like, that don't even make sense to me.
But then you look at the teams, other teams on this list. I mean, Texas, they would have a pretty good quality win at the end there and against A&M if they win out. If A&M wins out, they would have a quality win over Texas.
Absolutely.
To get in. And then Georgia would have that win over Tennessee.
And have a win over Texas.
Yeah, Ole Miss would have that win over
Georgia. You see what I'm saying? Like, I see what y'all, I understand the concept of, well, Alabama's wins and their in-conference wins, their percentages are better because of teams they play. However you want to talk, however you want to say it.
It's SEC opponent win percentage, which Texas has the worst. Tennessee has the second worst of the 8 that are involved in this.
Right. Yep. It's stupid. I feel like we need to go back to division. That way, it's a little bit more simple.
Straight, yeah.
Because you can still have all these crazy scenarios about Ole Miss trying to get in. If A&M wins, they get in. About the playoff. Right. But it would make playing for the actual championship of your conference a lot easier.
Right.
Instead of all this bullcrap that, there's no reason Alabama and LSU should play each other for an SEC championship game.
Because it sounds like that they're putting in so many scenarios that it's getting away from things that you can't control.
Well, sure.
Of course, the thing is, every coach says whatever we can control, we're going to control. So that's the way I look at it, as all these crazy scenarios are. And it's fun for me because I like to just think of okay, how can this team get it? How? But then again, it overcomplicates it though too from that standpoint, like you're saying.
All the years past, we've all said, well, the loser of the SEC championship game could probably still get in the 14 playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they don't have to worry about that.
Well, no, but now you're telling me Alabama and LSU played each other for the SEC. We went out.
Yeah.
LSU wins out. And we played each other for the SEC championship, and we beat LSU. You think LSU should get in the top 12?
No. I think Bama should, because that means they beat some pretty good teams on the way to
get there. Yeah, but we'd only have 2 losses.
Yeah.
LSU would have 3.
You're gonna pick
and they had some bad losses on that too. That USC loss is looking worse.
It's looking terrible.
As a year goes
on.
I don't know. I like the 12-team playoff deal. I hope it works itself out. But with me saying that, I still have a gut feeling that and we're always talking about somebody getting their feelings hurt, but I think there's going to be some controversy.
Yeah.
And it's going to be
football.
Well, it is college football, but I think it's going to be like legit controversy.
Yeah. Like we saw a little bit of it last year, and that might just be a taste of what's coming this year.
If you're talking about the Florida State stuff, I don't think that's controversy.
Yeah.
Florida State didn't deserve to go undefeated, but you still got to take in consideration that they're a third-string quarterback.
Yeah.
When you start losing your best player, then you can't. Let's just say I'm gonna call apples to apples. Nico don't play this weekend. Gaston's not going into Athens and beating Georgia unless Sampson runs 25 touches for 175 and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, we'll get in that game in a second. Yeah.
But you still like the Florida State deal, like he's not getting in.
Yeah.
It's kind of. I think we're going to come down to where we have teams that haven't lost, whether it be SEC or Big Ten, like you was talking about Indiana. Go 11. If they lose to Ohio State, they go 11-1. Okay, what if they beat Ohio State? And Ohio State has got 2 losses. Then what do you do?
And those 2 losses could be to perennial top 5 teams.
Yeah, with Oregon and
2 teams that play in the Big 12.
They're more likely
championship game beat you.
Yeah.
And
that's your only 2 losses. So would it be fair for Ohio State to get left out with 2 losses, and then we put in 2-loss SEC schools?
Yeah. Or you put in, say, a Penn State over that Ohio State, who Ohio State beat.
But they only got 1 loss.
Exactly.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Like, those are legit problems.
Right? Yes.
That is controversy.
Yeah. And because you're looking at it, unless something big happens, an upset, Big 12 is probably going to be a one-bid league because they're starting to cannibalize each other.
Yeah.
Unless someone upsets BYU in that championship game,
they're getting them.
They're only going to get one team in unless BYU's undefeated. They lose in that championship game. I mean, they've got some pretty good wins on that resume. You would have to put BYU, and you definitely have to put the champion in. The ACC is looking like a one big league right now. SMU, we just looked up SMU's only loss was to BYU.
By 3.
Yeah, by 3. You've got Clemson, who probably will get taken care of by South Carolina at the end of the year. So it will look like it's a Miami. And the thing is, the top 3 teams in the ACC, SMU, Miami, and Clemson, don't play each other. How that happened, it's wild to me, but that should take care of itself. So winner of Miami, SMU, who's probably sitting there each with 1 win, but who knows? The committee might put both of them in.
That's what was like I was telling my buddy this morning, Okay, say BYU runs the table and they make it to the championship game and get beat. They get left out with 1 loss?
There's 2, yeah.
They would have
possibly
2
2, yeah. BYU,
right?
BYU.
Yeah, that's right. I thought
Yeah.
you were talking to
BYU's undefeated, so if they run the table and they lose in the Big 12 championship game, they get left out?
I don't think so. I think they got to open up the two bids. So that's why who's going to get left out?
That's why I say we talk about SEC schools. I think the SEC could be the conference where somebody gets
I mean,
hurt.
they're guaranteed 3. I would say they're guaranteed 3 teams. I think the Big 12, the Big 10 will be guaranteed 3 teams, and one of those,
6.
and 2 of them are automatic qualifiers. So that's 2 at-larges. ACC gets in 1, 7. Big 12 gets in 1, 8. You have your group of 5 that gets in. That's 9. And now you got 3 holes to fill. Does the ACC get an extra?
Well, you got Notre Dame.
There you go. That's where I was going with that.
Yeah, so Notre Dame takes a spot. So really got 2.
Yeah.
Unless I haven't looked at Notre Dame's remaining schedule.
I think they should take care of.
It's not.
It's not tough.
They should take care of business.
Virginia at home. Army's undefeated.
Okay, hold on.
That might be
that might be the game.
What if Army wins out? Are you going to leave them out? They're 16 right now.
If they go undefeated, I don't know how you.
And
that's going to be tough.
They're at USC at the end of the year, so that's their remaining schedule. So an Army game might be big, not just for Army. I think Army's playing with full deck right there because they're not the ones under pressure.
This weekend is huge.
Yeah. For a lot of teams.
Well, let's get into that Tennessee Georgia game. I think the first thing, there's a lot of unknowns. We don't know what Nico's health is. We don't know what that is going into it. We don't know if Dylan Sampson's going to fumble it for the 4th straight game. I mean, how can this guy run for 150 yards, 2 touchdowns every game and a fumble? And we don't know which Georgia's going to show up. Is it going to be the pissed off Georgia that went into Texas and just stomped them from start to finish? Or is it going to be Ole Miss Georgia where your quarterback looks lost?
Don't even know if he's on the field.
And your team just wants to get off the field as fast as they can.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what got me to thinking the whole thing about Nico, saw my buddy this morning, and the spread.
9.5.
It's 10.
10? Earlier this morning it was 9.5.
It's 10.
It's 10 now.
Okay.
There's no way, and it hurts me to say it, but there's no way Georgia's 10 points better than Tennessee.
I agree with you. There may be 3 at the most.
Yes, maybe.
Yeah, 4. It depends on how the game.
Yeah, how you look at it being at home.
Yeah.
So that tells me, because we play DraftKings and we study this stuff. Yeah. So that tells me that the money's coming in on Georgia, and then you start seeing the reports that Nico's in concussion protocol. Yeah. I know he practiced yesterday or he practiced today or whatever, and he was fine. But is he really?
We don't know.
We don't know.
And we're not going to know until
game time, basically.
until that ball kicks off.
Heppel, he's got to give a report, which I think had to come out today.
Yeah.
I think you're right, yeah.
And I'll say it again, since we're talking about it. That's going to be, and understand, y'all been relying on your run game. Yeah. Nico's been able to roll out to the right, hit that deep pass. He's done it very well, very accurate. I know Gaston is a hypo kid. He's not going to Athens winning.
No,
that's
not going to happen.
No, it's not happening. Kirby's smart enough to, if he sees that kid at y'all's quarterback, he knows that Sampson's coming.
Yeah.
Sampson's not going to. I mean, Georgia's defense is that good up front. Yeah. I think that Tennessee's deeper on defense.
Way deeper.
Way deeper. Yep. But that front four for Georgia, I mean, they're pretty good.
Yeah. I think when you're talking about Georgia's defense, I think the thing that would give, say, if it is Gaston, that gives them some hope. Did you see how Ole Miss's backup quarterback came in and shredded them?
Just shredded
for the opening. And what kills Georgia is those mid-range passes. Tennessee, whether it's Nico, whether it's Gaston, needs to hit that 10 to 15-yard range throws.
Squirrel white in the middle.
Yeah, because that's where Dart beat them, and that's where their backup quarterback.
That start pushing Georgia back a little bit.
Yeah.
And then that opens up
the
run, and it opens up Nico to roll out if he's there playing whatever.
Yeah.
Now, I think Tennessee can win a football game with Nico there. But what you said, are we going to get that pissed off Georgia?
Or are we going to – and I've heard this on a few college football podcasts this week. Is this – some guys are just saying is this just the same Georgia team? They're just playing tougher competition from start to bottom? Because back to your division point, when it was just the East Division, they had those Vandy's and they had the Kentuckys and they had those South Carolina games where they can go in and just bully ball them, and they would have maybe occasionally two tough teams from the West.
Sure.
And they always scheduled pretty weak, even though this year with Clemson, not necessarily as weak.
Yeah.
But they normally would schedule a pretty weak non-conference schedule and maybe set up out of your 12 to play maybe two tough ones all year. Now you've had to play Bama. You had to play Ole Miss. You had to play Texas.
Yeah.
And now you got Tennessee.
And but that brings me to this point. Yeah. So we see what they done the second half of the Alabama game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look, a totally different team come out.
Yeah.
We see what they done to Texas for 4 quarters.
Yeah. Bad call and all.
Bad call and all. They dominated Texas for 4 quarters. So that tells me, I mean, I'm not trying to compare Tennessee and Texas's offense the same, but they're pretty close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Georgia comes out with that pissed off mentality. They can, and they show up like they did against Texas. Tennessee's in for a long day, even if Nico's playing.
Right. Yeah.
And I think this has got a lot of. I'll go ahead and say it. I think this game Saturday can make or break what team gets in the playoffs. You know, Georgia's already outside looking in.
Yeah.
Right. That win certainly pulls them back into that.
Pulls them back in. I know Tennessee's only got 1 loss, but we've been talking about it. I mean, and I know people don't want to hear it, and I'm not trying to make the argument here, but you can listen to AJ. He broke it down for us about the percentages on their wins against the teams, and y'all can go back and read what he's talking about so you'll understand it. But Tennessee loses to Georgia this weekend, and it's a nasty loss.
Yeah.
Are they left out?
I think so. I think
the way we just broke everything down with how the Big Ten's going to have could have 1 undefeated, 3 1-loss teams. You got the ACC that could have no, they would just have a champion with 1 loss, and then maybe someone with 2 losses but played a pretty good schedule. Yeah. The Big 12 could get 2 in depending on what happens in their championship game. You can't put 8 SEC teams in there.
No,
That's not how this works.
No. Yeah. and listen, I don't understand the whole spreadsheet that they're using on all this, if you want to say it that way.
Yeah.
But it could be Alabama that runs the table and gets left out somehow. Ole Miss they're in now.
Yeah.
Great win against Georgia, and they jumped up a bunch and got in. So this game with Georgia and Tennessee has got a lot right. I mean, Georgia loses, they're done.
Oh yeah, Georgia loses, it's over.
Their season's over. Yeah. And Tennessee, Tennessee could have started the killing of the dynasty. Because you got to think, if that's the case, then Georgia has lost Tennessee and Alabama and Ole Miss in 1 year.
Yeah.
What's that going to do for recruiting?
Yeah. And
Here's tear it up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Tennessee wins this weekend, you can see a start to the fall of a dynasty.
And I guarantee there's going to be plenty of recruits at that game on Saturday, too.
And especially since Carson Beck has not played great.
Oh,
he's looked awful.
He's actually regressed almost to the point now to where he has to come back for his senior year.
Yes, if he don't get benched. I mean, I've heard a few people talk on the radio call in that are Georgia fans. Yeah. I mean, they hate this kid.
They're calling for his head.
They're calling for Carson Beck to be on the sideline.
Yeah.
What if Tennessee does end up putting up 14 in the first quarter? It's 14-0 after the first
Yeah.
quarter.
And
Is
then-
Kirby sitting over there chomping at his fingernails?
Yeah.
Am I fixing to have to bench this kid?
Yeah.
It can happen.
Yeah.
That's why I say there's a lot riding on this game. And listen, I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, that's a SEC championship eliminator. We got another SEC championship eliminator, Missouri and South Carolina. Out South Carolina, that's another team. Like which South Carolina are you going to get?
Yeah.
Is it going to be this dominant defense, and all of a sudden their skill players are getting 200 yards in a game? Who knows with that? Looking at the rest of the slate, that's kind of the ones that stick out right now. But,
I think Texas and Arkansas is going to be a game to watch.
yeah, because
Arkansas beat Texas.
Yeah, I mean Arkansas beat Tennessee, and Texas does not have a good history in that place.
No.
But I think the ACC has clearly gone down to Clemson, SMU, and Miami.
Yep.
The Big 12, we certainly believe BYU is going to be there. Who is going to join them? It's a mixture between Colorado,
Kansas State,
Iowa State, and that team sitting right there. There's a scenario if Colorado loses and another domino falls, they win out. They're playing in the Big 12 championship game, which is still crazy to me. But
It
they
goes
need
back
to
to some
win
of those
out.
scenarios we don't understand.
Yeah, this is just everyone thought that we go to a 12-team playoff, it's going to water down everything. It's just made it crazy.
Yeah, made it worse.
Which is honestly, I watched all kinds of games this past weekend, and I've gone back and watched others because of I've helped consult on some awards, and obviously I'm a Heisman voter, but I've watched more games that I would probably never watch in a 14 playoff era.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because
there's so much at stake.
There's so much at stake every week. I mean, even the group of five, Boise State, if Army beats Notre Dame next week and they go on and they win the AAC, and which could have a potential 2 wins over Navy in that time, who will probably be ranked, they might be the group of 5 representatives. So that race is going down.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, are you going to take a Boise State team that goes 11-1 and their only losses to a undefeated, we'll just say Oregon runs the table, a undefeated Oregon team that they lost in the first week, or are you going, I mean, or do you put both of them in? And
I don't see that.
I don't think they would, but then again, you just got to kind of think of it that way.
The American right now, Tulane and Navy play each other this weekend, so that's a title game eliminator, and the Army and Navy might have to play back-to-back weeks.
Wow!
I remember you telling us about that.
The AAC championship, then the Army Navy game, which is what I'm saying. Army could get, if Navy beats Tulane here, and they're sitting there at 5-1, we could have, they're sitting there in the championship game. That could give Army back-to-back top 25 wins.
Yeah.
And that, in that scenario, why, when you're looking at Boise State's league and their schedule, they're, I mean, what their best wins, UNLV, maybe, who knows? It's all up in the air right now. It's crazy.
It's going to be a crazy weekend of college football.
Yeah, it is going to be a crazy weekend. And guys, kind of shifting gears into the pro game. I was listening to some Nashville sports radio going into we went to Spring Hill and had some brunch and did some Christmas shopping. Man, it is not feeling good for that group over there playing at Nissan Stadium right now. It almost feels like the walls are caving in over there.
Listen, I don't even know why we even talk about it. I mean, there's really nothing to talk about. Yeah. They suck.
And they got the Vikings this weekend, which is
that's a loss. Is it's at Minnesota?
No,
it's here.
It don't matter. They could be playing in they could be playing up here at Hendrick Stagg Stadium and still lose. they don't.
I don't know. They're obviously selling. I'm surprised they haven't.
But here's the thing: what are you tanking for? This
I don't
draft
know.
class coming in sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, Shedur's going to be a Cowboy. When we can. I mean, it looks like it. I mean, looks like Jerry Jones is going to give Dion half the team. I mean, come on.
The NFL is just so weird. Like, literally half the league is over 500. The other half is
Under
not just under, but like bad.
And what about these games are like 2-point games and 3-point games?
Yeah.
We're not seeing, and I'm not saying we want to watch a 35-0 game, but we're not even seeing no offense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I saw at lunch a scenario on the Pat McAfee show where it showed like the percentage of all the teams getting into it. Literally, the top 7 right now all have a 85 or better % chance to make it. Everybody else is basically eliminated except Cincinnati.
And we've got some good games. I mean, Thursday night, Washington and Eagles, they're both 7-2.
Yeah.
Which who would have thought Jalen Daniels would be the best quarterback coming out of last?
I'm telling
I mean, the only one that's really not looking good. I mean, give Drake May a pass because he didn't start the first half of the year, but he's actually done pretty
okay.
good. Caleb Williams is not looking good.
Oh, he's getting benched.
Yeah. Well, they just fired his OC.
Yep.
And they want the backup, who's a former Division II All-American. Like,
They want him on the field.
I'm hearing reports that the locker room wants him to be the starting quarterback.
I like it.
Yeah. But, that's a pretty good game. But, I mean, I'm just looking at all of you. Well, Chiefs-Bills, that will be fun. That's in Buffalo.
Well, that's going to be.
The Bills versus the Chiefs and the refs.
Yeah.
It'll be 11 versus, how many officials are on? 6, right?
6 on the field,
17 on the field.
17 on 11.
Listen, guys, you can say what you want to, but it's getting ridiculous.
It just continues to get worse.
I mean, I don't know.
And worse,
I want
and
to
worse.
research the video I seen yesterday about Mahomes on the sideline as he's coming off the field.
Yeah.
Where he got tackled and he said, "Hey, you got to let me know when the defense is getting close." And the white hat looked at him.
Well, honestly, and I was talking with someone about this the other day after watching that Ravens game against the Bengals on Thursday. I think the Ravens are getting some favorable whistles.
Yeah.
Flags in these games too.
But the Chiefs it's horrible.
I'm not sure. I think it was you, AJ, maybe a few weeks ago. I think, or maybe Dusty, one of the two of y'all. But I think it's going to be basically the same NFC and AFC division that we saw last year. I think it's going to be Baltimore, Kansas City, and San Francisco and Detroit.
Except they're going to flip it and have it
in Detroit.
In Detroit, because who knows what San Francisco team's going to show up.
Yeah.
I don't even know which team. I can't predict them right now.
Jared Goff those 5 picks and they still win.
Yeah.
That was actually really good. I mean, they played so bad, and they come back
and figure out a way to win.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got it, you got it. And honestly, if the 49ers are going to make it to the NFC Championship game, the way things have gone through the first 9 games, I would be stoked. And if we were to lose to somebody, I would want it to be the Lions.
Right.
Because I love Dan Campbell. And I love
absolutely.
that whole organization.
Yeah.
It's the NFL's just weird right now.
Yeah,
it's just you've got the playoff teams and everybody else is just not good. Anywho.
Kind of going into wrestling, we got a big pay-per-view coming up. What, 2 weeks or next week?
Survivor Series, War Games.
Clearly, it's Bloodline versus Bloodline. Big speculation is who's going to be the 5th member for the OG Bloodline with Roman, the Usos, and Sammy.
Overall, I don't like that scenario. I think it's got enough star power and enough storytelling already to go 4 versus 4.
That's what I thought. I wouldn't have thought that they would have had to add anybody else to it. I mean, you could say 9,000 different names.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we know it's not going to be Randy Orton. We know it's not going to be Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Cody's not going to be a part of the.
I don't see.
I don't even think he's going on the card.
But the only 2 names I've heard is Seth and CM Punk.
Yeah. I see that.
Honestly, to kind of spice this up a bit, I would rather it be CM Punk, just to spice it up a bit and to kind of bring an outsider that will get the crowd into it.
I love that idea.
I saw a scenario that somebody said, well, what if Seth, does give in to the new bloodline and helps them? Then all of a sudden you hear Punk's music, and then you got that Punk versus Rollins getting ready for WrestleMania.
They can't do that yet because they still got to get through Rollins versus
Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Well, that's supposed to end next week, I think, because they're having a match on Raw. So I'm not sure what that's looking like, but I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of up in the air right now.
We're kind of in this weird.
It's in a weird stage.
Yeah, it feels weird. Like there's nothing. The bloodline thing should feel more exciting than what it does. Yeah. Maybe I think they're looking too far ahead. Like they've got let's just get through these few. We have to do these PLEs. Let's just get through a few. Obviously, we got to do this War Games thing, and we've got this kind of setup thing, but there hadn't been a great build to it.
Right.
It's almost like, let's get through Survivor Series, and man, once the Rumble gets here, that's going to be awesome, and then our build to WrestleMania is going to be even better.
Oh, it's going to be huge.
Yeah, it's going to be big.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it's in a good spot. It's just kind of weird right now.
I mean, they're still selling out buildings. Plus, I want someone good to challenge LA Knight.
Yeah.
I mean, because he was. The matches were great with Andrade and the other guy, like that double BFT.
I mean, SmackDown.
I know who I want him to feud with, but we got to get him through it. As I want to see him and Kevin Owens.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be huge.
I had a thought the other day that maybe LA Knight just says, you know what? Forget the U.S. title. I'm going for Gunther.
I wouldn't, or just have him hold on to the title and challenge Cody, kind of like
I think they're kind of priming him to go. Okay, we're going to start at the U.S., then he'll maybe go up to the heavyweight title, maybe the Intercontinental, just kind of bump him up, and then really set him up for
they'll give him a big push.
Big push.
I think we'll see Lesnar take Gunther's title.
Right.
Yeah, I think.
What if it's Brock that shows up? They keep teasing the bejesus.
He's all over social media.
Yeah,
now.
I'm telling you.
What if he's that fifth member, and all of a sudden here's the?
Because I think we're going to see Paul Heyman.
I think it's time for.
I'm Paul Heyman.
I think it's time for a Paul Heyman return.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So we all think it's Seth or maybe CM Punk. All of a sudden you hear that, and you hear, "Excuse me, I'm Paul Heyman," and he joins the OG bloodline. Back comes out Brock.
That would be legit.
I'd explode.
The fifth and final member of the OG bloodline, the Beast incarnate.
Him and Fatu just.
Oh boy!
They both enter the ring at one after another in the War Games match.
One of them's waiting for the Brock comes out of the cage, and Fatu's waiting for him in the ring. Ooh, that would be.
I seen a picture of Brock. It's a legit picture. Holy cow!
He's
already a beast, but he's
like, I don't want to encounter that guy anywhere. Like, I know he's not he's gotten better.
They say he's a lot better than 10 years ago.
Yeah,
nah.
I still don't want to encounter that guy when he's upset.
No. When he's mad, just
you got it, dude.
Yeah, just go that way. I'll go this way. How far? 60 feet, yards. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, that worked.
All right, guys. Well, coming up next here, we'll wrap up the show. It's our rant segment here on X Sports Live.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
We're excited to finally be able to offer Lawrenceburg our blazing fast, reliable, and affordable fiber internet services.
If you're looking for a more reliable and more affordable provider, we at Cloud9 Fiber have you covered.
Plans start at $50 a month, and we can offer up to a gigabit to your home or business.
We are excited to be able to offer your first month of service entirely free. We encourage you to sign up on cloud9fiber.com or by calling 931-201-9098 so we can help you make the switch today.
For the best meal from south of the border, head to Cocina Real in Puente Grande for lunch and dinner. With a wide array of mouth-watering entrees, there's something for everyone on the menu. And you can't forget the cheese dip. They'll treat you like family, and you'll never leave hungry. Make Cocina Real Mexican Restaurant and Puente Grande Mexican Restaurant your choice for authentic cuisine, located in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliott Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretta, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
Welcome to Employee Resources Credit Union, where you're more than just a number, you're family. We provide financial solutions that rise above those of traditional banks. With roots stretching back to 1964, we've served 4 generations during constant industry changes. We're known for our low fees and incredible rates. Join us and experience the credit union difference. ERCU, not for profit, for service.
Professional care with a smile. That will always be a guarantee at Encompass Healthcare. Whether you're looking for primary or urgent care, x-ray services, or even weight loss treatments, our team is equipped to serve your needs. Our doors are open Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5. Make an appointment with our providers, Kendra Brown or Tori Cox, today. Encompass Healthcare, located on Highway 43 North in Etheridge, Tennessee, right next to Chapman Tire.
For decades, First Class Charter has provided high-quality motor coach transportation services to the Tennessee Valley. With numerous safety and cleanliness accreditations, First Class Charter is ready to make your group trip a reality. Contact us today by visiting firstclasscharter.net. First Class Charter, the official motor coach company of the North Alabama Lions.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
The Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior and assisted living community in the region. The Summit makes it home for you or your loved one with diverse suites that welcome and encourage community, plus gathering spaces, neighborhoods, daily activities, and a wonderful staff that supports you every day.
Hi, I'm Tara Blue. I'm the new director of the Summit, and we would like to invite you and your family to come and tour our facility. We would love to see you here.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back here to X Sports Live. Now going into our final segment of the show, everyone's favorite. We're going to get some things off our chest. Hayden, you got anything for us this week?
Not this week, but I know we're going to be busy with basketball, so I'm going to be keeping an eye out for boots on basketball court. So just be aware for if you're at Smith County, Kaufman this upcoming Monday, and then I'm not sure where else I'm at throughout the rest of the week.
I think you should make a video compilation
of
you
people.
See it and you just go through all the games.
If we see it at the gym where we're at, we'll send you a video of it.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that because I guarantee I've pinpointed games I've been at that I've seen that. So, Collinwood and Loretta volleyball game earlier this year.
Should have a sign instead of the X Sports Network, that they drape over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
table. Just put no cowboy boots on the
No
court.
cowboy boots on the court.
Hayden Burks.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yep. So be alarmed or be aware and alarmed this upcoming week if I'm coming to your city. So that's all I gotta say.
You got anything, big fella?
I do, man. It's nothing bad. Well, it could be bad. We gotta stop this crap on college football about rushing the field and throwing garbage on the field just because of a bad call. I feel like if you throw garbage on the field, if it's Tennessee versus Alabama and the call was against Alabama and there's garbage coming on the field, they should just start throwing flags till it stops against Alabama. And the same for Tennessee if it happened. It's nonsense. It's stupid.
Right.
Like we've only seen it a little bit in our lifetime, but it seems like the past couple of weeks is getting worse.
It seemed like it's been a problem this year.
And the past years too as well.
The rushing the field, really? I mean, what do you get out of it?
Nothing. Just.
I mean, we had to stop a game the other day because they rushed the field.
16 seconds left.
The game wasn't even over.
Yeah.
I mean, it's over, but you still have to snap the football. They can't just say we can't play these last 16 seconds.
Yeah.
I wish they'd make the fines even more. And listen, put up a net or something.
Didn't Vanderbilt do that for Texas?
I think it was a joke, but
okay.
yeah.
But I mean, put up something, do something. I mean, it's just stupid. I don't care what team it is. You win a national championship, tear them down. But if you just win a regular season game, really?
So I'm pro rushing the field, rushing the court if it can be done in a safe manner. Like there needs to be some sort of a protocol to it. You know what I mean? Like I think if we can, I know not every fan's going to follow this because you get too much sauce in some people. They're going to be crazy. But okay, let's let everyone get off the field, then you can come on.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Because let's look at it from this side. All it would take
one bad accident, and
is one football player. They all got their helmets on. Yeah. Headbutt somebody, they come running out. Yeah. Bam!
Or a fist fight.
Yeah.
Something like that. A big brawl. Yeah.
Start tackling players.
Yeah.
The whole nine. But there's really no call for it. And I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But you get that liquid courage.
Yeah.
You're not going to be respectful. You're not going to do it the right way.
Yeah.
And you're just looking for people to get hurt. I mean, I don't know what game it was this past weekend I was watching. There's 12 guys trying to tear down a goalpost.
Yeah.
Ole Miss in Georgia.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, that was the one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I get it. It's a big game. Lane Kiffin's biggest game he's ever won in his life.
Right.
Yeah.
Huge game.
Yeah.
But you still didn't win nothing.
Right. I like it because it's almost like a long-standing tradition. They've been rushing the field for years, and
I know.
I've been on the field when it happens, and it's all for yay. We're going to run to midfield, jump up and down, high five a few people, and then 10 minutes later, everyone's off the field.
But when they're doing it before the game's over with, you're doing it when the players are still on the field, the
Yeah,
coach on the
I
field,
agree.
all that stuff. No,
I would like it if they need to have more security at these games. I don't know how many times we've seen this scenario, especially at these big SEC schools, where it's like this could happen. This could happen. You guys have got. You're not like a Marshall that's struggling with money because of the
it ain't the
constant
money,
travel.
buddy. I think it's they don't have the people.
Or you just hire the people.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's what I mean.
Well, the thing, I get it, but like on those jobs, those guys got to be trained.
It's true.
You can't just say, "Hey, here's your walkie-talkie," and nobody comes down them steps.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I know.
I
get that point,
right.
but I'm also to my point, like this has been an issue for
Right.
a few years.
Now they could go as far instead of doing it with that way.
Yeah.
Is maybe hire some of the go to the
Exactly.
police department,
Yeah.
sheriff's department, and say, "Hey, we got a big football game this weekend.
We'll pay you.
We're going to pay you X amount of dollars an hour.
Yeah.
You got some guys that are willing to come and fill in. You get 7-8 more guys.
You're going to watch a free football game.
Yeah, you get in free. We'll feed you, and you make sure nobody comes on the field.
Yeah, or at least until the other team goes, or maybe have some. Not that you want to, as a team, want to get trained for. Hey, if we lose this game and they rush the field, this is what we're going to do.
Right.
And like the other night when some of the Ole Miss fans came on the field. Okay, the rest of the football team, we're going to do two things. Most of you are going to already go to the locker room. Everyone else, we're going to create a bubble, and we're all going to walk out here together. I mean, but you don't want to, as a coach or as a player, I'm like, why would we prepare for this? We think we're going to go into Oxford and win. But I see what you're saying. I think that there should be some talk in all these conferences and major referendums around that, about field storming, about court storming, about getting more police, getting more security. You've seen it enough this year. You should be prepared for it in 2025.
And $150,000, that's a lot of money. $250,000, knock our heads off.
Yeah, I mean especially since like these presidents are going, we'll smoke a cigar. Just go ahead and take it. How about use that $250K to make sure you keep people off the field?
Yeah. I mean, you start hitting a college $1 million fine for rushing the field. I'd say that college the next weekend, that AD, he's going to have a plan in place. Yeah. That ain't happening again.
Well, I think that's something they look into this summer. Again, I'm pro court storming and field storming if we can keep it
I'm fine with
proper and safe way.
Yeah, proper.
Yeah, but what we've seen this year, has not been.
The fact that no one's even tried to address it yet, other than it's just like, not to go down a deep rabbit hole about policing and that sort of stuff. I mean, how many people get locked up for life for doing dumb things, and then the same people go out and do the same dumb things?
Sure.
Yeah.
So, that's just, again, that's another.
That's another topic for another day.
Speaking of ADs, my rant is about an AD in one of my team's conferences in the Big 12. I don't know if you guys have seen this, from those of you who have or haven't, but Utah's AD, after the end of the BYU game, BYU came back and beat Utah. I fell asleep. I made it through the first half, fell asleep, and woke up to watching this guy on SportsCenter ripping the Big 12 officials. What happened? There was a 4th and 10. I believe BYU had it on their own 10. They called defensive holding. They were able to put a few plays together after that, kick the game-winning field goal, 4 seconds left. This AD goes out on the field. He got a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty at the end of the game for going after the officials.
Wow.
And then steps up before his head coach can get to the media center and says, actually, I think it's let me just pull it up and let you guys, because I'm pretty sure he didn't curse in it. And I apologize, Ben, if he did, but I've seen it enough to know he didn't curse.
Oh, yeah, by the way, we refer to Ben as Your Highness now.
Yeah, he is.
He told us that's how we refer to him.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm going to see if I can find it. But anyway, so he says that, and then after the game, he says what he says, which is pretty much, we were excited to be in the Big Ten. Now we're not because of this bad officiating. He goes after the official during the game. At the end of the game, he goes, "This is why we fired you in the Pac-12," which, by the way, he didn't fire him in the Pac-12. The Pac-12 just doesn't exist anymore. So that here we go.
This game was absolutely stolen from us. We were excited about being Big 12, but tonight I am not. We won this game. Someone else stole it from us. Very disappointed. I will talk to the commissioner. This was not fair to our team. I'm disgusted by the professionalism of the officiating crew tonight. Thank you.
So that was the that was the Utah AD. So my point in my rant is that wasn't the reason why you lost. You blew a double-digit lead at halftime. By the way, you got a horrible face mask penalty called in your favor that led to your final touchdown against BYU. They called a face mask when he actually grabbed him by the jersey right here. And every replay showed, and everyone in the stadium, because they were even confused by the face mask because they all saw that he grabbed him, right here instead of grabbing him by the face mask, led to a Utah touchdown. It was a questionable call. I probably wouldn't have thrown the flag. Most people wouldn't have thrown the flag or thought anything different, but they did. But you still had several other opportunities to stop him. You came in as the league favorite this year. You're sitting there at 4-4 and 1-4 in the Big 12. You're one of the worst teams in that league. Yeah, you might have been excited, but you know what? Everyone else was excited to go in there and whip your tail, which is what they're doing right now. Mark Harlan, the reason why you lost that game is not because of the officials, it's because your team is overrated. You are in charge of a coach who everyone says is great, but never wins the big game when it matters. That was a rivalry game. You had every bit and every control of that game. You did not win it. And also, you cannot complain about the behavior of your fans in your stadium or any other stadium when you act like that. When you're accosting officials during and after the game and getting penalty flags thrown. When you're doing that in a press conference, oh, by the way, I'll talk to the commissioner. Yeah, that was a short conversation. You got fined $40,000 this week. Yeah,
Heck yeah.
From what I know, from what I was told, that was a 30-second conversation that went, "Mark, you're wrong. We're going to fine you. Read the press release later." He found out how much money he was getting fined through a press release because that's all he deserves. Wow. That's on you.
Heck yeah.
And if you leave the Big 12 because of this, you are a coward. Your university is a coward. All of your cocky fans thought you're going to come in and whip the West Virginias, the Arizonas, and the UCFs, and the BYUs of the world. Oh, guess what? Turns out the Pac-12 wasn't as good as what you thought it was. Why? Because those best teams are in the Big 12 kicking some butt, right? Big 10 right now and kicking some butt. So, personally for me and every other Big 12 fan, Mark, shut up, take your L, take your fine, and just hire better coaches, have better players that don't choke late in games. Rant over.
That's it. There we go.
See, and they wonder why fans act the way they do when their coaches act like this, when their AD acts like that.
Mm-hmm.
What? And I've seen it in some of the games I've been to this year, seeing people who aren't coaches, aren't players, getting after officials. I think people are getting a little bit too comfortable with their power at some of these universities, and I think that needs to, if we're going to get better as far as how we treat officials, how we treat players, how we treat coaches, I think it needs to start with the top. And Mark Harlan did not set a very good example this past week.
Right. One more thing. Now that we're getting into high school basketball,
yeah.
I know we talked about it last year quite a bit. We'll talk about it one time.
Yeah.
Keep the comments off our platforms. I don't want to see any names.
Yeah.
I don't want to see any negativity.
Yeah, we certainly got some opportunities to where that can get pretty bad this year.
We do, and that's why I'm going ahead and addressing it now.
Exactly.
And just know that this is your warning. Yeah. We're not going to tolerate any negativity towards any of our student athletes, and that's it.
Yeah.
We are monitoring live comments too.
Yes, we can look at it as we're going.
Yep.
We're going to give you, not that I'm not going to say we're going to give you a mulligan. It depends on how bad it is, but like Dusty said, like Hayden said, and for every one of us here in the X Sports Network, you can talk about us all you want to. I don't care.
Don't care.
You know, doesn't matter to me. You can question a call from an official or from a coach. You attack a player, or things get nasty, or you're saying nasty things about those coaches, or going after certain officials a certain way. You're gonna.
You've been warned. I mean, it's
you've been warned, or we might just straight up ban you altogether right off the get-go.
Yeah.
Depends on how nasty it gets. But we're monitoring it. Again, this is a platform that's for the players, it's for the coaches, it's for these communities. Please do not ruin it by being an idiot.
Exactly.
Because if you leave a comment on one of our games, one of these posts, you're an idiot. Straight up.
Because we see them.
Because we see them, and
our producers, and we're in a game, they're watching that live.
Yeah.
AJ and myself, we may not be watching it because we're in a game.
Yeah.
But whoever's producing for us is seeing
They can manage that.
They can see everything that's being typed and said to whatever we're saying.
Right. Yep. So just don't be an idiot.
Yeah.
And also go out and support these kids.
Go out and support them.
Yeah, because
fill these gyms up this year. Got a lot of good talent. Going to have a lot of good basketball. Yeah. And these students like it. You know, when you go to these gyms, it gets a little hostile. I love it.
It's fun being at the Ralph.
I'm not telling people don't come to the Ralph and be loud, or go to Summertown and be loud, or Loretta be loud. But like, just on our platforms, keep it to a minimum.
Yeah. Be loud, be proud. Say go Eagles, go Wildcats, go Mustangs, all you want to. We are good with that. Just keep. If you have something negative to say about somebody, just keep it to yourself. In the words of Herm Edwards, just don't press send.
Just don't press in.
Just don't press send.
Don't press in. Also, we got a busy weekend, sports weekend. Richland second round playoff game. If you guys want to watch some high school football, right down the road here in Linville, should be really good against McEwen. Also, the UNA basketball team's men's women's doubleheader. The women got South Alabama at 5:30. You can go watch former Lady Cat Katie Criswell. She's been I think she's got the second most minutes of the Lions right now so far in their first couple games. And the men, who are 3-0, looking really good, playing the defending SoCon champions in Sanford at 7:45.
Real good team. I know that. I know that beyond a shadow of doubt.
That's going to be a lot of fun. You have a really good Division I doubleheader coming up on Friday if you guys want to watch some really good college basketball. So, a lot going on this weekend, despite us just now getting into the high school basketball season.
Can't wait.
So for Dusty Kaiser, Hayden Burks, I'm AJ Good. We will see you guys next week.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.